Hello, this is GOAT. The climax of the grass season, the Wimbledon semifinals, is just around the corner. While many upsets have occurred, it seems the players who should be at the top have all gathered here. Let's look at the differences between pre-tournament expectations and the actual semifinals. Predict the finalists and even the champion. Sabalenka is the #1 championship favorite, so there's not much special to explain. Notable points include her somewhat easier path after Vondrasova slipped in the second round, and her unexpectedly difficult quarterfinal match against Zheng, who had been shaking up in Section 2. Anisimova had no major surprises until the round of 16. Her quarterfinal opponent was unexpected, and given her tremendous momentum, I had predicted Pavlyuchenkova would advance to the semifinals despite the head-to-head disadvantage. However, Anisimova easily dominated 2-0 and advanced to the semifinals. The head-to-head record between these two players is 5-3 in favor of Anisimova. Based on this, I had expected Anisimova's upset in the Roland Garros round of 16. The feeling I got from that match was, now there's quite a difference. Considering this is their first meeting on grass, the momentum of reaching the Wimbledon semifinals, and the favorable head-to-head record, Anisimova's strong performance is somewhat expected. However, I predict Sabalenka will advance to the final. Bencic's semifinal appearance is unexpected. With Pegula's first-round exit from the 6th section, it essentially became an open draw, and Bencic took advantage of that opportunity. Her round of 16 victory over Alexandrova, who had only managed 3 games in the previous tournament, was impressive. Swiatek feels like all her opponents are clearing the path for her. I thought she might stop her journey in the round of 16 again, blocked by Rybakina's wall. However, Rybakina's loss to Towson removed a major obstacle. Then, in the quarterfinals, she easily defeated Samsonova, against whom she had a 5-0 head-to-head record and settled into the semifinals. The head-to-head record between these two players is 3-1 in favor of Swiatek. However, the one loss was at the US Open, and one win was in what appears to be an exhibition match at the United Cup. What's worth noting is their most recent encounter at Wimbledon 2023 in the round of 16, where Swiatek won after 2 tiebreaks. I think their overall condition and momentum are evenly matched. However, I believe there might be some difference in match level. Swiatek's forehand has recovered to its prime form. If Andreeva had a forehand like Swiatek's, yesterday's match would have had a different result. The match will likely flow similarly to yesterday's, but I believe Swiatek will be the one winning points with her forehand at crucial moments. I predict Swiatek will advance to the final. The head-to-head record is 8-5 in favor of Swiatek. On hard courts, it's 3-3. On clay, it's 5-2. I had predicted Swiatek's victory and a straight sets win in the Roland Garros semifinals, but Swiatek lost after a full set battle. Before that match, considering the 5-1 clay head-to-head record and Swiatek's sharp forehand that had come alive unlike in previous tournaments, I thought it wouldn't be easy, but she wouldn't lose. However, I think she lost by quite a margin. Headache. I believe losing the difficult first set tiebreak was what decided the match. Facing Sabalenka's power for a full set doesn't seem easy. I think if Swiatek goes in with a game plan that clearly distinguishes what to give up and what to fight for based on that experience, she could have a more competitive match. Reaching 3 consecutive Grand Slam finals is truly remarkable, and Sabalenka is achieving this. I think Sabalenka leads Swiatek in all aspects: this year's results, recent head-to-head victories, etc. However, the fact that she hasn't won a Grand Slam this year, her still present mental risks despite much improvement, and her head-to-head disadvantage against Swiatek are elements that could be exploited. My conclusion is Sabalenka's victory. I think she'll lift the Wimbledon trophy after 3 attempts. However, if she acknowledges the difficulty of facing a full-set battle at full strength and approaches the match with an efficient game plan, I believe Swiatek also has a good chance of winning. It's difficult to predict. Who do you think will win?